Hello and welcome to Fight for Blight Session 7. Lucky number 7. As we always do, go around the table, check in, see how everyone's week was, and then get into our game. So, but this week, let's go ahead and start with Crix.
Let's see. This past week, like always, lots and lots of work. I went out of town and spent a little bit of time with my family over the weekend, which was pretty sweet. But other than that, not a lot going on. Just waiting for, all the holidays and race week to roll around again. Ugh.
I don't know if I told you this, but the other week I was in Crescent City for work, and I was actually surprised they have 2 streetlights there now.
Yeah, they're really moving up in the world. I'm proud of them.
Well, I guess not technically streetlights. One's like a blinky yellow, and then the other one's a regular streetlight.
We also got an auto zone that doesn't match the aesthetic of the rest of the town.
This is also true. Adashi, just go down the line. How was your week?
Hey, pretty good. Yeah, nothing really super exciting. Work, family, fun. Yeah, it's a pretty good week. Nothing real new. Excited to play.
Dope. May, how was your week?
It was good. Got to spend some time with family on Saturday. That was really fun.
It was your first week having your dishwasher fixed too, wasn't it?
Yes, it has been so nice.
I bet. After not having it for a while, it's like a nice relief.
Yeah, I mean, there was a while we didn't even have a working sink, so that was brutal.
Yeah, that's rough. Just Stalin, you're up next, bud. How was your week?
Seems like everybody was visiting family over the weekend, but yeah, I did the same thing. Went to my hometown because it was my grandmother's birthday. So they rented a venue and everything. It was pretty big, extended family and whatnot. And I read a poem, so in front of the family. That was fun.
Nice.
Haven't done that in a while. Yeah, good time.
Did you make anyone cry?
No, it was very lighthearted. Yeah, the whole thing was more of a joke than anything.
You said it was extended family?
Well, then did you get
Yeah,
laughs?
I saw like a little bit of everybody. What's that?
I said, well, then you got laughs then, right?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't see your mom there though, Chuck.
I'll text you. We'll talk about it.
Oh, I got you. One of those. Okay.
Oh, snap.
Uh-oh.
Oh, snap. Drama.
Right.
Cryptilly, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Business picking up a little bit, so that was nice. And besides that, oh yeah, I also did a tournament. Got 2 golds. That was sweet.
Woo! Go blue!
He won 2 gold medals. He's being so
That's
modest.
awesome.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Rhythm Bot dumped.
I think your stream just went down too.
It says, still up on my end.
Oh no, it's back up on my end, but it did say it went down on my end for a second until I reloaded it.
Let me just reselect it for the music and see if I can get that working. But, Varric, how was your week?
It's been great. Life's amazing.
I'll get back to you, Cryptilly. I'm sorry. So everything's good? You still prepping for your house to be sold?
I was bullshitting. Life sucks. I'm still in the military. But I've been at home for a week because of the Ronas.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. You said that you guys put in for like your test and everything. Did everything come back good, or?
For me, yes. My roommate, not so much.
Ah, that's right.
That sucks.
Sounds like you just found out you didn't get invited to a family gathering too.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it ain't about me. I
Out of
don't
the
give a shit.
I'm just playing.
Ooh.
But on the plus side, I'm off work until Friday, so that's cool.
Hey.
Nice.
Woo!
Hell yeah, thank you, Rona.
Okay, well, until I can figure out how to get Rhythmbot to work, what I am going to do is I am just gonna play it from my end. But then unfortunately, you guys won't have any music. But I'm gonna try to figure it out while you guys are giving the recap. After, of course, Cryptilli, how was your week? Because I do believe I jumped over you.
Oh nope, you caught me.
Oh, I did? Okay. I thought I skipped you for some reason. But then, if that's the case, then we'll go ahead and open it up to the recap.
Man, Varric got kitties.
True. We like spent the night with Exar at his home, and mine computer's frozen, but he gave us these like brooches, and we like shoot the shit for an evening. We talk about the bandits and just kind of like there's like too much ice in the bay to the east of the stronghold, and it's not letting them fish. So that's another thing that they need help with. Yeah.
Adachi was very polite, followed all the formalities at dinner. Perfect house guest.
I mean, I guess that's true from his point of view.
Yeah. Failed multiple times at drinking Vyric's wine.
Definitely failed at it doing it sneakily.
Oh yeah,
That's for
I
sure.
mean, there were a lot of bad rolls during that dinner. It's fine. It's with the character. Yeah, and then we left to go catch some bandits, I think, with Vieric as our fearless leader / roller. And I think Adachi kind of apologized to Justalin for being a little racist, I think.
Yeah, there was some positive
There's
intent.
a little bit of progress. Yeah.
Right. A bit awkward, but we tried.
And the Exarch lent us like 2 archers, so we actually have 2 additional guards from the stronghold with us, helping us out.
Yep. I mean, Exarch had a nice little chit chat about what might be brewing over in the mountains and beyond, over at that there island. And then we kind of stumbled on this path where somebody might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much about it. And we did stop it just as a bit of drama was starting to unfold. So, on the afternoon, nearing 1 p.m. on March 28th, each of you had made your way over a hill, seeing Exarch Stronghold and the sea off to the east, and the tree line off to the west. As you made your way towards the tree line, each of you had noticed of a large indentation along the parallel line of trees, and upon further investigation found that this indentation led to 3 paths. Upon your arrival, you begun checking out each of these paths, sending little May up and down, each of you looking for footprints and any other signs of life that could indicate which way to possibly go. Finding one mound of snow in the middle path, Adachi shot a firebolt, revealing that there is a pit. Down, when everyone decided to go down the northeast path, eventually Kreptili had come to a mound, stabbed it with her sword, revealing yet another large pit. While doing this, also sort of defiling and going against the orders of Varric, the heir to the throne, who had instructed Adachi to make sure that this is cleared from a distance, just as he had done on the previous path. And during this little exchange of words, Varric had called Kreptili his brother, which Kreptili then gave Varric a cold, glaring stare, and that is where we called it, as some inner dialogue began to take place. So I'll open it back up to each of you on the day of March 28th as we near 1 p.m. A cold stare from Kreptili. Varric, you notice this. Adachi begin moving forward, little May up in the branches, guards following, making their way up. May keeping to the back.
I would like to use that stare to intimidate Varric.
Into the microphone.
I said I would like to use my cold stare to intimidate Varric.
All right, go ahead and give me an intimidation roll. Now, try as you might, Varric, you do notice this stare, and you know that this is Kreptili's angry face. She does seem quite pissed. But other than that, she just kind of seems maybe a little bit more constipated.
So I laugh and say, "What's wrong, princess?"
Bye, Pete. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
I fear this hole might be calling your name, brother. You should come closer and see if you can hear it calling to you as it did to me.
Only if you go down first, sister.
You recover quickly, and I'll just turn my back to you.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're cutting out really bad for me, bud.
I said I'll tell him you recovered quickly, and I'll turn my back to him and proceed on checking the hole, making sure there's no more danger.
So it appears 2 of the 3 paths so far have holes. What do you think we should do, Kreptili?
Really, I would say let's just go around the holes and see if we can find where any footsteps might lead. May, can you help with that?
Yes. And I walk over to join them. Going through the trees, you said would be like difficult terrain.
Correct.
Okay, then my follow-up question is, would this still be considered sort of what's it called? Arctic? Because I think that
I think that this terrain would be more of a hindrance from the trees,
forest.
shrubbery, and things of that nature versus the actual snow. I think that this would kind of fall underneath like a Arctic / kind of forest. So what I'll do is I'll just impede the movement by like a quarter. But with that, can you give me a nature check? Since you had brought this up.
But of course. Also, I seem to have coupled my token and the token of the panther. Dang.
Okay. And what do you mean by entangled it?
Well, oh, okay. We're good. Never mind.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd like to move through the trees up here and then see if I can spot or like track any footsteps.
So go ahead and you can give me a perception check. But I thought of a good way of doing this for a group of this size. What I'm going to do is when I ask for a like general perception check for like checking down like this manner, I am going to get it from the group. I'm going to get it one from each of you. And then what I will do is a like pass-fail ratio. More of you have to pass than fail, yada yada. And then if it's like a tie, it'll still go to you guys. But then this will kind of like speed up the process with everyone kind of like rolling like we were doing last session. See how this works. If it's terrible, then we'll just go back to what we were doing.
So, do we all need to roll right now?
Yes, that's what I was leading up to. If every one of you will now give me a perception check. Adashi, since your Ing is out, your Owl is out, you will get yours at advantage. And May, not that you need it, but yours and Varric will both be at advantage as well, since you have the Panthers.
My bad. I think I did it wrong. But does it still count since I got a 20 anyways?
Yeah, it's fine. So, I mean, basically, like, I'm just seeing, like, if you fail, but at the advantage, you're more than likely not going to fail. And even if you did, it doesn't matter. Everybody will notice that there is a mound of snow with just a little bit of footprints just a little bit further down the path that you were on. Just to your northeast, May, about this location.
I knock an arrow and I shoot it, the mound, to see if it's another booby trap.
Okay, just take an arrow out of your inventory.
I just dropped my arrow, taking it out is all.
Yeah. And as you hit it, snow will fall, revealing yet another pit.
Another pit.
These things are everywhere.
Well, it definitely seems that they know that either that we're coming or they're being a bit preemptive in their defenses. Nonetheless, keep an eye out.
With this number of traps, they're not likely to move often. Their camp, that is. This would definitely take some significant time to set up.
Mm.
Well, we should keep pushing, but we should definitely stay vigilant for more traps.
Lord Vieric, are you coming?
Lord Vieric appears to be in thought, I guess, from his interaction with Lady Cryptilli. I'll bring him along. And Adachi will pull him along after everybody else. I think Vieric had to step off for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will move him along then. Should I put him in the pit?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Put him in the pit.
Depends on how deep it is.
About 10 feet.
It's tough.
Telling you, we can use
Unless
him
there's spikes down there.
Well, Big Sis, you want to keep looking for traps?
Yeah, I think we must.
You do seem to have a better eye for it than me. I didn't notice any of these traps so far.
Yeah, I'd like to roll another perception check. Here. And this time,
So what I will say is, just as long as everyone can kind of like, help in that manner, we can do
Okay.
it. So
Definitely like to check as well.
yep. So that May, you're good. Crix, you're pretty fine. Just Stalin and Cryptilli are gonna have a little bit harder of a time, and Adachi and Varric, you should be good. At least getting a decent look down the path.
so we don't see any mounds or anything.
No, seems good.
Okay. I don't see anything, but tread lightly.
Adachi will interrupt quickly and say, Lady May, if you will, I believe if you can just give me a few minutes, I might be able to help. And DM, what I'd like to do is if I could ritual cast Unseen Servant. Here's my question for you. Like, I think it has weight. The spell doesn't necessarily say anything about it, but could I just have him walk 60 feet in front of the party and just see if he falls in the pit?
What?
Did that make any sense?
Let me pull
Yeah, I
up the
wonder if it has
spell.
weight or force.
Interesting.
I think I can display it and did it pop up? So it can interact with objects. I was trying to Google this while we were rolling perception checks, and it's like I think it has weight. Like I think it does occupy space, which would mean it it can be pushed and pulled, and it's just invisible. But it does.
It's
It
also
uses the word.
shapeless.
Yeah, like I don't know what is that. Yeah, like what does it mean by shapeless? Because it also can pick things up. I don't know.
I always thought it was more like an invisible force that could just manipulate objects and stuff, kind of like an
Like a
independent
mage hand.
telepathy.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
like a
I'm
mage
reading
hand with,
it
like,
kind of like a ghost,
Yeah.
Okay, so not
but
possible.
I'm just rereading it real quick. Give me a moment because I do like this idea, and
Yeah,
I
no
want
worries.
it to work. I just want to see if it actually would make sense.
I just think it's kind of funny, like an idea of like you just see footprints through the snow, and all of a sudden it's like a trap falls and it just like dies. It only has 1 hit point, so I'd have to recast it every time it fell in a pit, but it just seems really funny.
I mean, I guess if you gave it the job of sweeping the path ahead, it would disturb the surface of the
Oh,
ground, which could set off traps.
that's true. Okay.
So from what I'm reading, I don't see how, like, if it would be like activated from a weight perspective, but from what Crix just said, if you want to give it like an action where it would be like sweeping to where it's basically manipulating the snow, like the path in a way, then I could see that one. I could see that one working
Okay.
because you can
Yeah.
give it like a task, but I mean it has to. It says that it has to be a simple task, and I would imagine because you're making checks for like traps, that's not a simple task. But if you have a different way of going about it, like was stated, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Can Adachi just like break off a branch from like this
Yeah,
tree
get
over
a
here
branch. I was thinking that.
and just hand it the branch and just say, okay,
Clean up.
servant, please sweep the snow as you walk. And then just like have him just kind of like, I don't know what direction we want to go in, but just have him like slowly just kind of, you just see a branch moving and brushing the snow.
Unseen
Indeed.
minesweeper.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a ghetto metal detector on the beach. He's just kind of like, but I do have to stay within 60 feet of him or he disappears. So like I have to be
Yeah, so you just
at
let me know
least.
what path you're going on, and I'll let you know if this works or not.
Okay.
Cool idea.
Adachi will yell out to Lady May and say, Lady May, which path do you prefer? My servant is at your command.
I think we were originally heading northwest.
All right. And so he's just gonna, I guess I'll kind of, move around this way. And then I'm gonna send him going this way. Oh, sorry, like over this direction. Just slowly sweeping. If it's super slow, I'll grab a second branch and give him 2 branches to sweep with. I mean, I guess I could just shoot a ton of fire bolts too and just see what happens.
So
But
you
this
just have
seems
to
more
wait the
fun.
10 minutes to ritual cast it. So
Yep.
during that time, does anyone have anything that they want to do? Reposition yourselves, that kind of nature, and then we can cast that.
Well, we do need to decide what path we're going to take. Are we going to go north or east?
I couldn't remember when we originally came into the woods what direction we were heading. Guards, do you know which direction the camp is closest?
Are you asking the guards or?
Yeah.
No, I just know it to be through these woods. Never been here myself.
Could I check for footprints? I know the closer we get, the more fresh the footprints would be. Or would they be completely covered in snow?
So what I'll say from the previous perceptions and things like checking on the paths, there is nothing that's noticed. The unseen servant will say has procced. So you send it down towards your cardinal west direction,
Yep.
And as it goes, you see it just like taking the branch, and the branch begins to float, and with the leaves, it begins to just brush along the top of the snow. And as it moves down towards the west, it just keeps going. How far do you want it to go?
Once it goes 60 feet, I'll just start following it within and like keep that 60-foot distance and just have it go. Let's see. I guess I'll have him stop here. It looks like there's a fork here, so we could go 3 ways. And sorry, let me see what distance that is. Yeah, so I'll come here. Sorry. And then I'll have him to be like right here. I think that's about 60 feet. And I will yell back to the group and say, so to the north, east, northwest, or continue west?
What I will say for the direction standpoint, I just always say like your cardinal directions, but overall you are still heading west down these paths. And yes, you are heading west. But to keep it simplified, I always just say cardinal directions, so then that way I don't get a whole bunch of people confused.
Yeah, sorry, I just meant it looks like there's like a path here, which I was calling the northwest, and this is northeast.
Yep.
And then like
I mean,
this
that's
would
the
be
same
west.
thing I do. But I would,
Yeah.
like, for what was being said in chat, just so everyone understood.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay. You guys have any thoughts on which way to go?
For now, I'm fine with just scouting out this area, and then once we have a better idea, make more decisions. Because it looks like we're going to have 3 northerly, maybe 4 northerly paths to choose from coming up.
I think Adachi would just say, Lord Crix, that is an admirable plan, but I worry, what if these bandits perhaps cut us off and flank us with these northern passes as we pass? Maybe we should scout those out first?
That is a possibility, but running into them also saves us the trouble of finding them.
Oh, fair. You are correct. We do have Lord Vieric with us. You're right. We have nothing to fear. And then, yeah, I will. Is this my unseen servant? Is that a rake?
It's a broom.
A broom. There we go. Perfect. Okay.
And I say
yeah, so-
that
What's the hell?
maybe Little May can help us scout the different paths.
Yes, I'll have him move another 60 feet, brushing away, and then I will move where he was. And I don't know if anybody else wants. There we go.
I'm going to stick close to Adachi just so we're not too split up.
Same.
Okay, well, let me reveal some areas, and then I'll keep Trevor's token kept up with you as well. Guards will stay right next to him. Keep him safe.
Perfect.
Since Adashi's not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Adachi would have never left unless there were 2 guards to replace him, because he knows he's as capable as 2 people. A single common guard would not. Yeah. Would not dare suffice for Lord Vieric. I'm waiting for you to tell us we all fall in the pit because this plan was bad and it doesn't work.
Alright, so what are you guys doing? So far, it's just moving down the path. All good.
Can we roll a perception check just to make sure? Like, I feel like, I mean, Adachi might be confident, but I feel like the rest of you guys probably aren't that confident that this is working. Like, you would at least be looking around to make sure we're not missing anything. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn for y'all, but I would suggest maybe we do another perception check now that we're kind of here in the middle and see if we see anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, Cortilli no way is like trusting this plan.
I'll just imagine that you worded it differently. That you're saying, like, now that we see multiple paths, maybe we should take a look around here.
And so every time May's checking for perceptions, I'm gonna, or just to like, since I know that she's our best tracker, I'm just gonna cast guidance on her.
Okay. So while you all are working together on this, I will roll one for Varric. Okay. You all spot a mound of snow just to your south, Adashi. Right about here.
May I shoot it with a firebolt?
Sure.
So I go kapow, kamehameha, and firebolt it.
Bit. And if you do want to add the D4 to your roll, you can. If not, you can just save it for now, May. Up to you.
I'll save it. Oh. Well, this perception check's like over, right?
I was gonna let you add it.
All right, yeah, let's add it. We got many paths. So 17?
Yep. Just this has spotted the mound.
There doesn't seem to be anything else, any more traps, at least that I can see from here.
Did you roll a D4? I don't see it.
Oh, you're right. I didn't. I just added the number 4.
I was like, oh, you rolled a 4. I guess it just didn't load for me. Okay.
Okay, just kidding.
No big deal. I was just like, I don't see it, but I'll take your word for it. I trusted you, May. It'll never happen again.
Great. Just trying to keep you on your toes is all.
You slide down.
Keep me honest. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, if no one else says anything, wants to do anything, Adashi will continue on 60 feet. And I'm going to send old buddy here another 60 feet up. Which, granted, DM, I don't know if I technically, like, get sight. I was going to keep little May with the unseen servant, but, like, it's not like I can see through the unseen servant's eyes, I don't think. Yeah, it's not a... I mean, I could do it through my familiar, so I don't know how you want to handle revealing the map, but...
Yeah, I'm going to reveal, like, a little bit, but unless you specify that you're walking through them, or looking through them, then I'm assuming that you're not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think I stopped it at 40 feet, but, like, it should go 20 feet more down the path. I don't know if I can see that or not.
Okay, but at this point, I'm going to ask you to hold up.
Uh-oh.
We've triggered his trap card.
Indeed,
Yeah.
you have. And
No.
you just see a bit of feathers kind of just, like, begin to, like, poof above the branches as at the same time you know that your unseen servant to disappear. You're not entirely sure what has happened, but you feel the disconnection of your spell and for both the Find Familiar and the Unseen Servant.
Oh no, little May! Oh no! Adashi, like, clutches his chest and goes, "Little May has left me. There's danger on this path. We must prepare for battle." And I think he's gonna let someone else go in front of him because, I mean, he's a wizard. So he's gonna look back to Crix and May and kind of assume that they're about to take the lead on this.
fall back, Adachi.
Yes, I think that's wise. And I think I'm gonna try going through these trees here stealthily if I can.
Yes. Hold,
Oh,
hold on, dear sister. Um, I have a little words I would like to say to you. And I'll cast aid. Um, wait, I want to make sure I'm doing that right. Tried to link the spell. Oh, just kidding. That's the second level spell. Just kidding. Not gonna do that.
um, yeah, so the panther has like a considerable plus stealth, as do I. I don't know if that
What are we holding for? If
helps.
there's enemies ahead, then we can't fret.
No, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go through the trees. Hang tight. Stay here. Stay together. I'm gonna see if I can spot anything.
Roll me a stealth check.
Does the panther having plus stealth give me any advantage or no?
Roll it at advantage. I'll take it into consideration. All right. May makes her way forward into the bushes, disappearing from sight as the shrubbery begins to just like cover up her path. You see the footsteps as she leads in. As you make your way up, May, can you go ahead and give me a perception check? So you don't notice anything right away, but you do hear the sounds of ropes swaying a large object back and forth. Eventually, as you look forth, you will see um, the kind of like the corners and the little bits of remnants of what appear to be swinging traps. Giant logs encased in spikes.
And they're here? Oh.
And I wish I could animate them. That'd be kind of dope, but they're going just swinging back and forth.
No, they're blurred. I love it. It's
Yeah.
I did my best.
no, it's truly like communicates exactly what it needs to, I think.
Mhm.
I'll say, May, that you do notice, like, as you're making your way through and you look a bit farther through the shrubs, you will notice that the branch that Adachi had given the servant and where it lies. Just roughly in this area.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn back and try and stealth back to the fam.
Need the update.
There was another trap. The spell and Little May were taken down by swinging logs.
So we can't go that way. Hmm.
Well, that trap has been sprung at this point. It may be the easiest way to go.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
Dashi
seems
will.
like a fair assessment to me, Crix.
Yeah, Dashi says, I will burn them down. He's real angry. So yeah, Dashi. Well, actually, that might be really bad, but he'll come here and he'll cast firebolt on each one of them. See if it like gets them out of the way.
I'll give you a bit of my whiskey to kind of, help them ignite.
I mean, a very stealthy way to approach a bandit camp, but
Can you go ahead? Yeah, right. Can you go ahead and give me a attack roll? If you're trying to hit all three,
yep.
we'll have to go.
I'm throwing firebolts at it too.
Okay. Those are all hits. I need, okay, that's 3. All right, so eventually, hitting the logs, burning the ropes, they'll all 3 eventually falling as they snap the ropes. You hear them kind of pop and twist as they recede back into the branches as it knocks a bit of snow and leaves off, and you see them fall to the ground. Eventually, the logs dig themselves into the snow as they cease moving. And what I will do move it like that. So there's like a little bit of a path that you can follow, but it will, require some slight finessing unless you want to try to walk on the logs.
Adachi will ask, would you like me to create a servant again? Or do you think we're getting close to the camp?
If I had to guess, a trap this complex, we must be pretty close. You don't set something up like this far away.
Good point.
And honestly, with that little pyrotechnics show you just put on, we should probably move quickly. They may notice.
Quite a bit of smoke.
Onward.
Yep, and I'm gonna touch May and do guidance on her again, just in case she's gonna sneak up there again. And I'm also gonna go ahead and keep that spell that I cast earlier, aid, and I'm gonna give just Stalin, Crix, and myself 5 more health. Yeah. Health plus their max raises 5.
Okay, so it's
Well,
5 temp.
raises?
Yeah.
No, it's not 5 temp. It's actually like 5 max for as long as the
For 8 hours.
as long as the spell's active for 8 hours.
So double checking, that's plus 5 for the max health.
Correct, for 8 hours.
Okay. Gotcha. Thanks, sister.
All right, at this point, can each of you give me another perception check? All right, and I'm going to roll for Varric. All right. So the paths seem clear. Adachi, are you going to go ahead and cast your servant again, or go past that for now with the indication of the noises?
I think I'll wait because it will take 10 minutes, and I think we want to move now that we've potentially revealed ourselves. So, yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'll just take the back of the group.
So off to your northwest lays a path. As far as you can see, the path just continues on, leading farther and farther. A little bit off to your northeast, you'll see another path that dig its way into the tree lines. Unsure of where this one leads.
May is gonna try to stealth through the trees to see if she can see up the path.
From your rolls, as far as you can see, the tree line just continues to extend.
So the path up here in this corner just kind of ends.
Nope. It just continues on for as far as you can see. The map I've made ends here, yes. But
We've reached the end of the world.
Well, I can't see any obvious traps, but the path continues for a while.
Do you guys want to double back and kind of see if we missed any clues on like the right way to go, or just go for it and see if this takes us somewhere?
May, I'm sorry to ask, but I'm gonna need you to be more precise in your movements.
Oh no.
No, well, I mean, that kind of goes for everybody. Just don't, like, drag your tokens right across. Obviously, you know there's traps here. And you all do have chances to fail, so...
Got it. You mean like move her like square by square versus like...
Yeah, or just, like, right-click so I can see, like, the path that you took. Because I don't want to assume anything. I'd rather just know. And
Okay.
that's the best way for me to know, is seeing the path. Crix, when you went up ahead and looked over at that other path that you just moved to again,
Yeah.
you'll notice that the path just continues on, eventually moving and turning towards the northwest, or your cardinal northwest.
So it looks like it may at some point either join with the other path potentially, like it veers sort of in the direction of the other path.
Correct.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to move back along the same path that I just moved to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And relay that information to everybody else, that I think that the path up ahead will link up to this path in front of us.
This seems like some sort of maze. Whoever's found their camp and described it, perhaps they know that these change from time to time. I'm not sure why they wouldn't have included it in the reports.
Did the reports have anything about traps or anything like that?
From the information that you were asking Exarch, just the numbers and like the camp itself being surrounded by wooden walls and having roughly 25 from the last count that they got. But other reported skirmishes besides yours had been reported.
Okay.
Adachi, I think the safest way to go down this path is for you to cast that spell again.
I do worry of the
Sorry, I was on
noise,
mute.
but
Adachi. Yeah, I mean, sorry. Go ahead.
if that's your wish, we will follow.
Yeah, Adachi will kind of echo the same sentiment, say, "Yes, Lady May," and then he'll take 10 minutes, cast the spell again, and then kind of give his unseen servant 2 branches to continue down the path.
This time as we move, if we're going to move down the path, I would like to just be a couple steps ahead of Adachi, since I feel like we're going to be getting close to this place, and I would rather be in front of him than have him, out in front. Basically walking with him, for the most part.
You can have your broom back now, I guess.
The invisible broom.
No, the
you
broom
can-
is visible.
Yeah, you can see the branches that are being used for like the broom, but the actual servant itself is what's invisible.
Ah.
All right. Well, if you guys don't want to do anything within that 10 minutes, it seems that everyone just kind of wanted to wait for Adachi to do this, then we can just fast forward to that point.
That was good.
Cool. So Adachi finished casting the spell, and you send the unseen servant. And then as it makes its way down the path, as soon as you make it just like a square behind, the path collapses.
Cool. We're going this north path, right? Oh, yep. No! Billy!
Gonna start naming the servants.
He was my second favorite. Yeah, okay. I just love that we waited 10 minutes and he walked like 10 feet and, and died.
Hey, on the bright side, I guess you all know now that it works.
Oh, hey, actually, so question.
Yep.
So we basically determined it was shapeless, right? So it wouldn't necessarily fall in a pit. So would the branches just be floating over the pit? So he's still there, or would he fall down?
I think it
like,
would
the
just
spell
go
doesn't-
down.
And like it would just be stuck on. I think maybe because it probably doesn't take fall damage because doesn't have a shape, but it's probably just stuck down there, right? Like it's probably just down there like sweeping.
I would say if we were
Yeah,
gonna rule it that it was kind of like an ethereal style, like a ghost or whatnot, it would take like half damage. It would be like resisted, but I still think it would take damage.
Oh, it's got 1 hit point, so yeah. It's dead. Okay, cool.
I mean, that was one of the reasons I was ruling that like this would actually kind of work, is because it gave it an AC and a hit point and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually indicating
Cool.
at least some sort of like loosely worded physical being.
Yep. I guess Adachi would speak up and say, sorry, fellow nobles of Grimhearth, do you think all the paths are trapped and we just have to avoid them, or do you think there's a path we're missing that maybe avoids the traps? I mean, how sophisticated do you think these mere humans are?
I think all the all the paths are probably trapped, and we just need to press forward and find them.
I agree with
guess,
that.
Yeah, and just stay to the trees, I guess. DM, were these log traps? I mean, did it look like they were set up like if we had gone through the trees, like over here? Would it have hit us if we
Yeah, I
were like,
wanted to go
walking
through
through
the trees.
Nope.
Okay. So basically, all the traps we've seen have been based on the main path, not in not through the trees. Okay.
Well, it seems like our second safest bet, since we've already lost you 2 of your spells.
Oh, it's fine. They were ritual.
Oh,
I don't use any spell slots.
So what's the plan then? We can't keep wasting this amount of time.
Yes, let's press forward.
Lady May, would you like me to recast the spell again?
No, I think there's no need. My sister's right. Let's press forward. And I sneak way up through the tree line, hopefully.
Okay. So as you make your way north, May, what I will say, eventually you'll notice that the path turns back to the east, and it seems to be, as Crix anticipated, the path just that he had looked down seems to be connected to this one.
Seems like we can only go eastward.
I just follow the path, staying in the trees.
All right. Is everyone else following along, staying in the tree lines?
Correct.
Yep, I'll be
Yes.
right there behind my sister.
Wherever she steps, I'll step. And
All
I'll
right.
instruct whoever's behind me to do the same.
So if everyone is repeating this process, eventually each of you will just pop back out right over here.
So it looped back
Oh, no.
around.
Correct.
There's just a
No.
looping path.
So what I will do is just move you guys basically like over here.
Just gotta move east.
And so basically we came down this path. Or, sorry, this path.
You guys are staying like in the tree line, so eventually making your way here or through this area.
I want to check something real quick, guys. And Crix is going to jog back up the path that he just came, sticking close to the trees, but in the path, and see if he pops out back where he was before. I want to see if the loop is a constant, or if there might be shenanigans involved.
So how would you like to go about checking it? Are you just like looking, or?
No, I'm actually going to go back through the path that we just came out of and see if it dumps me back over where I just was, over by the hole. I'm basically going to retrace my steps backwards.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you'll end up back here.
Just a regular path.
Seems so. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the path going this way for any visible traps and instruct May to. I think we might need to follow or stay as close to the trees as we can to go down this way.
Okay, so just move along the path and then I'll have them follow.
Finally.
Yep, and I'm just gonna follow May's footsteps and do the same thing. Instruct everybody to follow the same path.
Okay.
And I'm trying to like peer through the trees up here and see if this path looks like there's any mounds or anything obvious.
At this point, I'll go ahead and let you all give me another perception check.
And I'm gonna do guidance for May.
So the path that each of you are nearest right here is clear, and down this one, from what you can see, looks good. This path, you will see though, as you stare down it, does eventually seem to open. The trees become thinner as it moves along the path.
Hmm.
Perhaps we should go north.
Agreed.
Perhaps.
I think north seems like a good bet.
You'll find no argument here.
But stay vigilant.
So yeah, continue north.
Like clear, finally.
It's definitely
I
not
thought
a
it was
trap. Don't worry
Lear.
about it. All right, so you all making your way down this path,
That's
staying
the plan.
into the tree lines, away from the middle.
I would definitely stay in the brush.
All right. Can each of you give me a stealth check? And since we're just doing this as like a group, give me yeah, just your normal rolls there, Varric and May. Yours are at advantage.
I don't know why mine rolled at advantage.
It's fine. If it does, then I know that you're not supposed to. Just take your left one. That's all.
Okay, so I get a 10.
For the record, Adachi went real hard on that perception check earlier and then blew the stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice. 17 at disadvantage.
Okay. So you all make your way down. Eventually, the tree line, as stated, does become a bit thinner. You find yourselves no longer hiding in the shrubbery, but just under slightly scattered tree line as you continue on. Eventually, the field becomes quite barren with trees seemingly cleared out all from sight. As you look around before you, you can see a bit of plumes of smoke in the tops of a few tents. You count 6 large white tents and 1 large bone and leathered tent. As you stare, just catching the tops of them from what appears to be a 10 to 15 foot wooden logged wall surrounding the area. At this point, each of you are still in the tree line, just like huddling around in the shadows of a tree as the sun is making its way down, assuming it being near 4 p.m. with the amount of stalling and waiting that each of you had done going through these paths, spending quite a bit of time to make sure everybody was safe. But you would know that it is going to eventually be dark within 3 to 4 hours from this point.
Should we try to take out this camp and take refuge inside their camp?
Yeah.
My thoughts would be to fall back for a few hours, wait for twilight, and then attack then.
Limit
Wipe
their
them out.
visibility.
Yep.
Yep. Agreed.
And then spend the night in their camp after we've dealt with them. As unpleasant as that may be.
Um, I think that's a great idea, and I'm wondering if maybe May or Virik, or maybe even just Stalin. I'm not sure what your capabilities are as far as being able to scout their positions before we go into battle. Um, Oh, I'm pretty good with my crossbow, but I might at least like to know exactly what we're dealing with before the
Uh,
sun goes down.
From our vantage point, can we see the main gate or any entrances into this? I don't want to call it a fort, but whatever this fortification is,
Right.
because that would be
That's-
good to know how we're going to deal with getting in there.
Yeah. I thought it was a fort at first, but then if it's just a handful of tents,
Well, they do have
on
a
the
wooden
center.
wall that goes around,
Yeah,
which
so-
implies there's some
Right.
sort of gate.
So from what each of you see, it does seem to actually be more of a fort style than an actual like camp. You do see like
Okay.
the tents, but you see the tops of them as they're kind of peering over and just a bit higher than the wooden walls. So you do recognize that there's tents there, but just from that like apex area that the tents create. From your location, you do see a what appears to be a gate. At the moment, it is open, and you don't see any guards.
You said this wall was about 10 feet tall?
Yeah, from your estimate, 10 to 15 foot tall.
The top of the wall, is it like the kind of fort where there are spikes at the top, or is it like
Correct.
a level thing?
Like a spiked. They're it's more
Like hewn logs?
Yes.
Okay. I have a bit of a plan if anybody's interested.
Me too, but I want to hear yours first for sure.
So my plan involves waiting until night, and then of
Mhm.
course the front gate is going to be closed at night because that's when their guard should be up about the most. But if we can sneak around to the back of the camp, at 10 feet tall, we should be able to get over that wall with relative ease, and then we can attack them from within and behind.
How is this wall spiked?
It is spiked, but the way it's
Yeah.
spiked, if we're careful about going over it unnoticed, we
Hmm.
should be able to clear it with minimal to no damage.
Yes, the more perhaps those of us who are better able to stealth can do the piece that involves climbing over the wall, and those of you, I mean us, who are a little clunkier can wait outside of the gate.
So we're talking about going through the back.
That was my thought. Although I would
Okay.
prefer to go as a complete unit rather than risk some people being split off from the rest. Because if you have a
Okay.
plan about opening the front gate to let the rest of us
Mhm.
in, that means you potentially get captured and or worse, and there's nothing we
Mm.
could do about it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate you trying to put that more gently for me, sister. But if you could simply help me over the gate, then I might not be too bad of a burden getting over the fence.
It's only 10 feet. I can give a leg up to whoever needs it.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
take that leg up because I have a disadvantage on my steps.
Okay. Where should we hide in the meantime? That sounds like a good plan to me. Just Stalin, what was your idea?
I was thinking of lighting a fire to distract them, but at the same time, I don't want to alert them. So if we were going through the back, maybe lighting a fire, like burning a tree or something, and towards the front of the fortress. Unless we want to rely solely on stealth and not making any noise, which can be a little tough with the snow. But
Well,
I'm
if we
all for causing some type of distraction.
Well, I think I should have some well, I guess I don't have advantage on stealth when I only have advantage on stealth in the snow when I'm alone. I'll put it that way. But let me just make sure I read it again.
Adachi will kind of look surprised and say, "Just Stalin, I think that's an excellent plan." And his eyes kind of glow, and he has like a little fire in his hand because he's still real pissed.
Well, you are
I
a
could burn
pyromaniac, brother.
I could burn their entire encampment down. Just give me a chance. It's all wood, right?
Well, I say we go.
It's pretty big.
I say we hide, and also we're gonna need somewhere to stay once night comes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like unveil like the little bits that you see to give you guys a little bit better of an idea. But keep in
Okay.
mind that like I can't do it like I can't do it perfectly. So like, you know, like where you see like the walls kind of thing, like obviously you wouldn't be able to see right behind them.
And how far away is the tree line from the front gate?
From your estimate, about 60 to 100 yards. It's definitely a bit of ways.
Okay, so it would be more than like theoretically it would take about 2 rounds, like if we were dashing to get there.
Only your first spotted.
So that's kind of what you see. Not much, but those are like the tops of the tents that you'll notice. And then for as far as you can see, the walls go around. But you don't have like an uphill advantage. This is like a parallel straight on view, just at a distance.
Is there a place around the edge of the camp that has an uphill advantage?
Not that you see from like the surroundings. It just is the tree lines, but it does have quite a bit of a clearing. You can see where all the wood from the chopped down trees is gone.
And this entire clearing is surrounded by trees, though. Like we could, you know, the next few hours take like a long way around, like with Crix's plan, and get to the back of the camp.
Yeah, you could use the tree line as like a bit of like cover and stealthiness to take a look around the entire thing, but it will take some time.
And if you are truly set on spreading fire everywhere, Adachi, when we get into the camp from behind, feel free to light up a couple of the tents as a surprise for them to distract them as we come up behind them.
Gladly.
But not all of them. We need a place to sleep tonight.
And Adachi will kind of add in like I can cast fog cloud, so I think it's a 20-foot radius of fog. So I mean, maybe once we get close to the wall, we could theoretically cast it and give ourselves some cover so we can't be seen. You can't see out of it, and people can't see into it, so it's not like we can attack from the mist. But I mean, if you wanted, I could use a spell slot to do that too.
For initial cover.
Yeah.
If it seems necessary, it's a good plan.
So what I'll do is I'll move us back to here, and what we'll do is we'll take our break now, since we're just a couple minutes away from it, and then you guys can kind of discuss what you'd like to do, maybe like hit like a pinpoint on exactly things. We can also catch Varric up since he had to step away for a moment, and then go from there. Sound good?
Cool.
Yep.
No.
All right, so we will be back in just a few moments. We'll say 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, just so this way we can catch Varric back up, because he did miss a bit of information. Well, not much, but just a bit. But then we'll be back shortly.
All right, I'll be right back.
And we're back. So, gave everyone a brief moment to brainstorm. Each of you have been given the description of what you see and the time of day. So, keeping in mind that everything is moving along, whatever you guys would like to do at this point, the floor is yours.
So, have we decided on our plan?
No, I don't believe so, Lord
Not
Crix.
fully.
I think we decided that we're gonna go around the back, as you suggested.
Okay. Is everybody going, or is this just gonna be like solo mission, things of that nature?
Crix would urge for it to be everybody together.
That we should stick together. And just so I understand, so we have to help each other over, correct? We can't just hop over individually.
Some of you might be able to.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not quite able to do so myself. I would need a little assistance.
So I have an acrobatics check, so if need be, I could stay behind and, just try to get over myself after helping everyone else over.
Perhaps if someone's able to climb such a thing easily, then tying a rope off or something of the manner would be of good assistance.
Right. Yeah, right.
So if we're all going to stay together, as suggested, I think we do need to stay within the tree line. So at this point, since sneaking up and then like holding your position for a little bit, discussing exactly what to do, can each of you give me another stealth check as you begin to make your way around the camp? Just out of curiosity, which way are you going?
Finally.
I was kind of assuming to the west around the clearing.
Yeah, like clockwise or counterclockwise?
Yeah, I was thinking counterclockwise, but I was only because we started that path on that side of the but that's kind of the way we creeped up in the trees. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Run around to the right, I'm assuming.
The darkest side.
Okay.
Depending on where the moon is.
So as you make your way around, the main things that each of you will notice is that the wall continues all the way around, surrounding the camp. You do see, as you begin to make your way around, like towards like the west and just moving around in like the clockwise manner, you will notice that there are quite a few plumes of smoke. There's not just one. You will notice 5 in total as you make your way around. Other than that, the only thing that will be different for what you've seen is just that the wall surrounds the entire camp.
But there is only the one gate.
Correct.
Good.
Way in and way out.
At this point, making sure that each of you are trying to move as stealthily as possible and going around, staying in the trees. This will take roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours, where each of you will begin to find yourselves becoming a bit chilly as the sun is being blocked from the tree canopies at this point, casting each of you in a bit of shade. Well, if we're going to stay out this late, then I think that it's time that we set up camp if we are going to attack at first light.
No, we're going to attack now. I thought that was the plan. As night
This is a night raid.
Yeah.
Then you'll see both of the guards begin to just like pull their cloaks like a bit tighter together, pull the strings in order to just cinch it around their necks a bit more. And as they both give out an exhale, each of you begin to see your breaths emitting at this point. Well, we're back at our original location. To split, then maybe we should get into position.
Real fast, I think Adachi is going to speak up and just say, Lord Crix, I believe this is a very solid plan, but are we perhaps losing one of our best advantages? I know Lord Virik is an excellent shot, and Lady May also, but we have 2 other archers with us. I mean, would it be better to somehow draw them out and then attack them with range?
That is a good idea, but I could also see them hunkering down and forcing us to assault a defensed position with greater numbers defending than attacking, and that's a battle I fear we cannot win.
Brothers, I
5
fear.
fires, 3 guys for fire, possibly. A lot.
Yeah, and I fear we can't wait any longer. The time has come. Night is here. We have to attack. So
It's far too dangerous to try and set up a camp for the night and hope they don't notice us.
Agreed. Let's do this.
So how long after sundown do y'all want to wait before we start approaching the wall?
I mean, I would wait basically as soon as it's dark enough that we felt comfortable to go into the attack.
I would want to wait maybe an hour or 2 after dark, just so we can watch the guard formations if there's any lights near the wall, like people patrolling with torches or something, just to get an idea of when a safe approach may be possible. But I'm fine with whatever.
And what's our moonlight situation, DM? I mean, is it like a full moon? We're talking like half crescent here. Like how much light's going on?
Glad that you asked. Let me check my handy dandy calendar.
Is that in your calendar? Because I'm gonna be really impressed.
Yes,
It
is.
definitely is.
Wow, that's amazing.
I just don't actually have my calendar up at the moment because no one normally asks about what's going on in the skylines and things of that manner, even though the constellations represent the gods. It's cool though.
What about light pollution from the camp itself? Like the number of how well lit is the camp? We know there's several fires.
Several fires, yeah.
So visibility inside the camp should be pretty good.
So it's a waxing crescent phase, which is just the first phase after the new moon, so it's just a crescent moon.
Oh yeah, so not that much moonlight then.
Yeah.
perfect.
Perfect for a raid, especially when you're elves and have dark vision.
Right.
Yep, and the more light that's in the camp, it masks us coming up.
Exactly. If you're by a fire, you can't see too much outside of that. If it's dark, that could limit their visibility, especially coming from behind.
So right now we're in the tree line, sort of north of the camp, waiting for dark in order to go.
So you're back in your original position, just the east side of the camp where the gates are, and just waiting, as you were saying.
Oh, because I thought we were walking around to the back, and that's what took us an hour and a half.
Yeah, this was after you looped back around.
Oh, we walked all the way.
Yep.
I don't think we were trying to walk all the way around.
Yeah, I thought we were just going to make our way to the back of the camp and then wait there until night.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Perfect.
Now, as we're waiting, do we see any lights that would indicate guards carrying torches around at all, in any kind of patrol pattern or anything like that, or is that kind of not visible from our vantage point?
That is actually just not visible from your vantage point. You do see a bit of light, but it just seems that from the plumes of smoke, whether that's a campfire or a big bonfire, but with the amount of them, you assume it to just be like the light source that's given off from the center of camp.
Creep Tilly, go ahead to start readying herself for battle, and she's gonna say a simple prayer to Deanna, just asking for her blessing in the moonlight, and then I'm gonna ask my brothers and sisters if they're ready for battle.
Ready.
I'm ready.
So
Dashi doesn't respond at first because he's thinking about he's ritual casting Unseen Servant. But then after like 30 seconds, he goes, "Ready now. Sorry, Lady Cryptilli."
Let's get it done.
This is where I wish we had a bard, but let's get it.
To like
Okay.
get us in.
Yeah, to like get us
So-
pumped up.
Oh,
Some rock music.
Yeah, start playing like a big inspiring song to give away your tactical infiltration.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I would just care nothing for music anyway. Oh, that was terrible.
So approximately like how late into the night are you all looking to go? Like, are you waiting for it to be like midnight, or are you just waiting for it to just be like the beginning of night where you see like the moon begin to like peer over the tree lines?
That just like an hour after dark,
Cool.
like where we might be able to see a little more activity from the camp, just so we can go towards the back and kind of see the numbers.
All right. So as each of you wait for this night to encase this encampment, this slight fortress that each of you had stumbled upon, you begin to see the crescent moon rise above the tree line, waiting roughly an hour after the sun has set. You would know it to be roughly 8:15 at this point, just from the position of the moon. As you each peer off into the slight fortress, what was described earlier as the tops of the tents and the walls remain the same. You do not see any light source besides the plumes of from where the plumes of smoke are in the center of the wooden walls, and actually you would be able to pinpoint it as the center of the from where the tents are as well. So at this point I will need everyone to give me a stealth check.
Do Varric and I still roll with advantage because of the Panthers, or no?
From this point, because each of you are just like making your way through the snow, the Panthers are gonna just be like, I mean, fairly naturally quiet.
Yeah.
But, the rest, I mean, that's gonna just be, we'll see what happens.
Is mine supposed to be rolling with two different numbers?
Yeah, you're rolling at advantage. Well, you were until otherwise stated. But it's fine. You when you roll with the two numbers, it's just either at advantage or disadvantage. That's all that it means.
I have disadvantage because of my armor, correct?
Yes, and so should you, Varric.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's why I've been ruling at disadvantage. I'm like,
Yeah, so if you're rolling from your D&D Beyond sheets, it should automatically roll it at disadvantage if you have like heavy armor on.
Oh, I rolled again then. Sorry.
The classic 0.
Well, it nulled it. I don't know why. But you're good. I'm just taking your first roll. You're fine. So, got that, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So each of you begin making your way up. Little pits and patters as you're making your way through the snow. Adachi finds a bit of like a low little pit where he just falls and makes a bit of a ruckus, but it is easily just covered up as you move along. Doesn't seem to
I
have
try
given
to
off any signs of or warning.
I try to blame it on the unseen servant. Jilly, what are you doing? And then keep moving.
Shh, keep moving.
Eventually, as you all close the gap, make your way up to the walls. Can each of you give me a actually, no, I'll just do it off your passive, because I think it wouldn't be, definitely like muffled. But a bit of you, actually, each of you will all hear some murmuring coming from inside the camp. Some of the bandits within are moving about. You can hear small patters of footsteps off in the distance. At this point, you'll realize that the tents are roughly about 10 to 20 feet away from the walls.
Are we up to the wall yet?
Yep, you're up to the wall.
Okay. What is the closest tent to the wall that, like, where we're at? Could we position ourselves to cross over at a point where we'd be dropping in behind a tent that's then
Yeah,
like
so the
10 feet in
closest
front of us?
tent to you is the one that was made of the bone and some type of leather.
Probably the
And then
biggest
the
one.
next closest ones are 2 large white tents. Fairly the same distance away. But you'll be able to notice it since the bone and leather one is very, very large. It, justifiably, it's probably a bit closer.
All right. When we reach the wall, Crix is going to take a knee and lace his hands together as like a foothold for somebody to lift them up to take a peek over the wall.
I'll step up and take a peek over the wall.
All right,
And
go ahead
that's-
and give me a perception check. So as you peer in, you see the back of 3 tents. The large one made of bone, you can see that it is actually patched together animal skins as you peer in. It's not too far away from the wall, roughly only 15 to 20 foot away from where it's pinned down to the ground. The next 2 closest tents are the white ones, circular as you see their white tips just peering over the walls and then stretched down, pinned in large formations. You like large pittons around it. You can see that those 2 in particular white tents are very battered, and there are giant slits in numerous locations upon the perimeter.
How's it look over there?
I say we take out the largest tent, but there's 2 tents right next to it that may be of some interest.
Any guards immediately around?
Not that I've seen.
Then let's get over as quickly as possible.
I'll heft him up just a
Dutch.
little bit more, kind of urging Varric to just hop over the rest of the way.
Adachi will whisper to the group and say, would you all like some cover? Which is him suggesting I could do fog cloud in a 20-foot
Yeah,
radius.
definitely use the fog. Please.
Y'all want the fog?
Yes, Adachi,
Bring the
give us the
smoke.
fog.
We want the fog.
He's gonna go.
Um,
Shh. Stop talking.
So are you
Get
gonna
over
do
there.
this before everyone makes their way over, or what?
I think
I
we
think
should
I'd
wait till
rather-
we're all in.
Yeah, I think so too. Because like the fog. Hold on, I'll put it up in the chat.
I honestly think the fog's a bad idea right now.
I'd say do it as I go, cause what if they see me?
I mean, I was thinking I hold it, I just ready in action to do it, and if we get spotted, I do the fog cloud, and then it gives everyone a chance to kind of scatter. But like you guys, like we weren't gonna be able to see each other because it's heavily obscured, and they won't be able to see you. So it sucks for everybody if you're in the fog cloud.
Let's just make sure we're all on the same side of the wall first. Let's go.
All right, so Crix, you are going to assist everyone over.
Yeah, I'll be a leg up for everybody.
Okay. Each of you give me a athletics or acrobatics check. This will be at advantage, since Crix is assisting.
So Crix is staying behind to jump over himself.
I'll take care of it on my own. It won't be a problem.
Okay. I have faith in you.
All right, so Varric, as you're peering over and you're first to go, place your hands up and just, volley over. You do, like, kind of lose your bit of footing as, like, you land, making quite a bit of sound. Then who is going to be going next? I'm visualizing the just kind of marching order that you had before, minus the fact that Crix is going to be at the back.
Yeah, I think May would go next, just because she's like, "Fuck this, we need to get over this wall." And the panther, I assume, just kind of climbs up the
Panther,
wall.
yeah, is going to pretty much just climb it itself, digging its claws in, making its way over.
And I think with a critical
Fun.
20, I think I just kind of lightly jump off
Yes,
of
exactly.
Crix's.
But what I will ask is that May and Varric both give me an animal handling check in order to like kind of give some sort of signal for them to climb. But they should be able to do so, no problem. They literally have like a climbing speed, if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't think they do actually. So Varric, yours follows, no problem. May, yours gives you a bit of an issue. Can you roll me a d6?
Yes.
So, Varric, you volley over, making a like that bit of sound as like you kind of stumble into the snow. Your panther jumps, perches up on top of the wall, standing quite elegantly, jumps down. May, you follow, basically landing with quite a bit of grace. But as you give your command towards your panther, you'll just hear like a bit of a as it kind of arcs its back and pins its ears down as it gives you a bit of a hesitation.
I pet it and try to calm it.
It's gonna take a bit, but it seems to be very off-put at this time.
Get over the wall, you flea-bitten varmint.
You don't talk to her like that.
He's talking to the
Varric,
panther.
roll me a perception check. I'm guessing, May, you're just going to stay over there and try to calm the cat then? You're not going to go over?
No, I'm gonna go over, and the cat can come, or we'll meet up later.
Okay. Well, right now it's not going. It's disobeying.
I tried to
For sure. Yeah, I pet it, and then I turn around and jump over the wall. And when I land, I pull out my bow. No, I pull out my short swords, and I'm just like ready.
So, Vieric, as you make your way over, May landing just behind, and at this point, just Stalin following. You'll see like just Stalin's head beginning to like make his way over as he plants his head and begins just mid volley. As you see this, you hear off towards the center of the camp. What was that?
I look at Vieric, and I just like put my finger over my mouth and just shh. And I like put my hand out and just kind of like hand signal like stay. And I try to like walk along the wall to the left, so like counterclockwise. Walk along the wall trying to sneak, and basically I'm gonna try to get to not the tent that we can immediately see, but like, so if there's a 12 o'clock and then there's like 2 tents away from 12, I want to try to firebolt it and like light it on fire.
So at the moment, from where each of you are jumping over, there is a tent at 6, and then basically a tent at, like, I guess what would be like 5:30 and 6:30.
Wait, I'm confused because wouldn't we be over where like 12 is? If it's
Yeah, we are at 12.
Yeah. I'm giving
the
you
tent
just
is
like the
below us.
perspective of the map. So like again, everything's just in cardinal directions on the map.
Okay, so but I guess what I'm just saying is like I'd like to go 1 tent away from where we are by myself, stealthily, and then firebolt
Okay,
that
so
tent.
go ahead and give me a stealth check. And since you're in the shadows, I'll take that into consideration. Okay. Vieric, what are you doing as you hear the sound? Just Stalin, you've landed as well.
Yeah, have I landed? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Cryptilli, you're
going
going up
straight into
next.
stealth mode.
So I kneel and prep my bow and aim it towards the sound.
Okay. So, just Stalin, you begin to kind of stealth along the walls as well. Okay.
Okay.
But as you
I'm going
land,
the opposite direction from the fire.
got it. So the fire is just going to be like in your eastern direction, basically what will be on the map as
Okay.
your cardinal south.
Okay.
And as you make your way over Cryptilli, you will land pretty quietly. And then just so I don't forget, Crix, can you go ahead and give me your athletics or acrobatics check? All right, you get over, no problem. But again, at this point, because of there being a bit of sound, taking a bit of time. So what I will do is I'm going to try to set this up about at the point, I'm going to try to set it up right about at the point where Vieric would see and have where his thing is prepped. So what I'm going to do is pull you all over to the map. So at this point, can each of you add your tokens up on this northern end?
Sorry, DM, I got over, right?
You're not going over yet, but at this point, we're basically gonna see like what happens, but I want to keep everyone on here. So here's what I'm going to do.
Oh, Adachi wasn't going to use Grix to get over?
No, so I have all of your rolls and I know the order, but at the moment, Adachi was following and Cryptilli had just gone down as this began to happen.
Okay, so Crix isn't over yet either.
Correct. So I was going to say, here's what I'm going to do. Stay over there.
Understood.
Adachi, you can... Okay, you got your token over there as well. And then May, you went along towards like what is like the Cardinal West, and then we're shooting a firebolt at just go back a little bit for me.
Trying to shoot firebolt at this tent if I can see it.
At this one?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to try to reveal a little bit. And then Varric, you're basically holding your position, which is perfect. Just Stalin, you're going towards the opposite direction, so just put your character like off towards the east a bit. And Cryptilli, you are roughly in that spot. Say like roughly there.
Oh, so I did get that far. All right, cool.
So the walls being like just behind you, about like 5 to 10 foot at this point. Varric, as you're looking down towards where you heard the sound coming from, you begin to see the silhouette of a humanoid making its way down. Eventually, as it gets closer, you will see a what you know to be pretty much the same characteristics as the bandits found upon the road. You're ready to action, so go ahead and give me an attack roll at this point. Well, that is a damn good attack roll. And I was even gonna say, roll it at advantage since you were stealth and kind of hiding in the shadows, but you don't even need it. So go ahead and roll me damage. So as this humanoid makes its way down, you see it begin to appear in your line of sight. Just release the arrow. You hit him right in the chest where his heart would be, and he tries to let out a scream, but you can just hear like a low gurgle of the blood from blood as it begins to just fill his lungs, and you will see him kind of stagger. And then at this point, as he returns a bit of a fire, and this one going quite wild, shooting way off above you, soaring over your head, Adachi, as you're making your way over the wall. Can each of you go ahead and begin to roll me initiative?
Would that be me too, even though I already attacked?
Yes. So like there's been like a bit of
dude.
like a quickened like return fire, but the alarm has been somewhat sounded.
Did I get off that firebolt or no? I guess it doesn't matter so much anymore.
So I will say for you, May, as you shot the firebolt towards it, yes, you did get that off, and you're aiming at this tent, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So, because this actually does matter with what you guys had planned, go ahead and give me an attack roll and basically just, hit a tent. It's not that hard, but
I hope not.
I'm rolling an attack roll again.
no, not you. That
I'm-
was for May.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. I'm trying to hit a tent, so pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, those tents, they move around and duck and weave a lot, but you are able to hit it no problem. And as you send it, you'll see like the firebolt begin to just like catch and burn away the cloth, and it will begin to set fire.
I forget to target myself for initiative. I had a 7.
That's fine. I will get it fixed. You just give me 1 second.
Yes, sir. Eventually, I'll learn how this game works.
Don't worry, I fuck it up all the time. So we have Mage, a Stalin, a Dashi, Cryptilli. So I need to add Crix, and then I need to add Vieric, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 14.
And you said Crix, you rolled a 7?
Yes.
Just Stalin rolled twice. His first one was a 24.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I didn't click on my token yet. I was trying to talk to you in the other chat, so we didn't clog it up. My bad.
No, that's fine. What was your first roll?
The first one was 24, but it was without clicking on the token. Oh, well, we can do that. Dope.
Yeah, I'm always going to take your first roll. Just because you didn't click your token, I'm not going to punish you. Especially if you rolled like a nat 20. That'd be kind of fucked up.
Thanks, 'cause I was pissed. Pissed at
No,
myself,
it's fine.
'cause I
And
always
I
do that.
appreciate you not trying to like clog like the chat too. So then that way we could get everything good. But I believe I have everything where it needs to be. Oh, I will double check. We have just Stalin, May, Vieric, Adachi, Cryptilli, Crix, and that's it, right? All 6 of you.
The
So-
guards in there.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh yes, thank you. Do need to carry them over. Well, I don't think that they're gonna. Well, let me just roll for them real quick. Okay, yeah, they're definitely not gonna go before. They're not gonna go before you, just Stalin. So go ahead and make your move.
All right. What is it? 20. I'm gonna take my first swing with my short blade. And then I'll follow through with my bonus action.
All right, so your first strike with the short sword will be a miss as you swing down and him just stumbling back. You see his crossbow pointing up towards the air just as if just after he had fired off the shot. But as you charge forward, missing the swing, but then stepping forward once more, and then connecting with your unarmed strike, dealing a decent amount of damage.
Mhm.
Actually, enough to take him out. So as you punch him, his jaw will break, and as he falls silently, only the sound of him hitting the ground, just a light thud, as you see a bit of the snow become darkened in a red color.
And from there, I'll backtrack to where I was. So I can try to do some type of other surprise attack.
So what I will say is, you look forward, you will see quite a bit ahead of you.
Okay. I didn't see Varric right there. I just saw. Wait, is he in the tent?
Varric? No, he's not in the tent.
Oh, that's technically underneath the siding or something.
He's behind it, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So
I got you.
before you, you'll see two of the large campfires with what appears to be some sort of roast above it. Before you will stand a another bandit from what you see well off into the distance.
Hmm. Let's see. We'll try to get a bit more visibility. I'll move around the corner of the other tent. I'll stay here.
So just to double check.
He goes another 20. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, that might have been 25.
There you go, yeah.
There we go.
That's all right. You were only 5 off. I thought you were a bit more off than that. I was like,
Yeah. I don't know if there's an easier way to count than going back and forth to the.
if you like left click and drag your token on the select tool, then like if you
Mhm.
left click, hold, and then while you're dragging it, right click, it should prop up a ruler. Like while you're moving it.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'll know that for future reference. That's way more convenient. Gotcha. All right, that's all I can do.
I will reveal a bit more from what you can see.
All right.
And as you step forward after knocking that one down, you'll just hear a bit of a whistle as it begins to go off. No, not Adachi. Sorry, wrong person. And May and just Stalin, can you give me a perception check?
All right.
Hey.
May's on a roll tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Mac.
Nice roll, May. So as you look out, you can see the tent May catching fire and beginning to spread quite a bit. You will also see that the tent flaps are, and like the walls of it are moving quite erratically at this point. You hear shouts and yells beginning to echo out over the area. The rest of you will hear this as well. Don't move, May. Don't cheat.
Sorry, I thought I was measuring still.
Well, I gotta
think
I gotta. Who knows? Something might pop out at this point.
So sorry. I thought I still had it on the ruler.
Oh, you're fine. Good thing there's not a trap there, though.
Oh, we got enough of those.
And just Stalin, as you peer out, you can see the tent just to your like cardinal direction, your southeast, the flaps are moving as well, and the walls are becoming a bit disturbed. Down to your far south, this one will as well, and then that's all you can see.
Mm.
Okay, go ahead, May.
Okay, now I will move. I think I'm going to. Uh-oh. Sorry, I changed it over from the room. Go. I'm trying to decide if I want to take my dash action. I think I will take my dash action to. Or no, I won't. I'm going to take my regular action to right here.
All right, let me reveal a bit for. You said you're just taking your regular action to there.
Regular movement.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, and I'm going to hit this one with the longbow.
All right.
Ooh. I like this.
So, just double checking. Okay, yeah. I confused myself. I was thinking too hard about it. So, the 20 will hit, and as the arrow pierces this one, you'll just hear another call give out like, "Ah! There's more over here!"
That's it for my turn.
See this one come up from your southwest direction, May, and move to right here, and then just begin to look around. There's 2 of them! Take them out, quickly! And can you roll me 2d4, May? Okay. And as this tent begins to just become encased in a bit more flame, you'll hear like a crack in a timber begin to fall as one of the people inside begins to run out. Oops. Click on wrong buttons. And as he does, you'll see that he has he'll just be like kind of batting against his chest, completely unarmed and defended, just in regular clothing, just a bit of torn leathers and things of that manner, like to give himself some sort of warmth. And he's just batting himself, and it's just burning. Ah! Ah! And then begin to just completely run. towards where you see another one of those large creatures that you had seen a few nights before, as Adachi had described as a half ogre.
Nice.
This one to your your southeast tent, just on, you'll see pop out as he takes a quick look around, spotting you immediately, and then will aim his crossbow at you, taking a shot. It is a 6 to hit. So as
Now,
this,
can I use the flight missile?
yes, you can.
Okay.
Hey.
Just requires a key point.
Oh crap.
Well, it was just a 6, but unfortunately, you rolled a 1. So,
Yeah.
as you attempt to like reach out at it, but it just, their first time attempting this, just right out of your grasp, but just a slightly off time. You did not anticipate this terrible of a shot coming in your direction in order to grab it. You definitely expected this to be a bit more on target, and you just see it as it past your hand and strikes to the tent. And from inside the tent, you'll just hear, huh?
Now, do I still have my +5 from Cryptilli?
Your health, yeah.
Okay, nice. So really only took 1 damage.
No, it didn't even hit you.
Wait.
That was a
didn't
miss. It
hit
was a
me.
6 to hit, not not damage.
I took 6 damage. My bad. Well, let me get my points back. Thanks.
But that will bring us to Viric's turn, as you've seen Justalin just narrowly grasp a bolt that whizzed by him, but unable to do so.
All right, so I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna attack the big boy.
Okay. Going for the big guy. 24 will hit for a decent amount of damage. So as you come around, you see before you these 5 large bonfires and a decent amount of light, as a bit of bandits have started to make their way out of the tents. You take aim, pull back an arrow, striking this large creature.
So I have a question now. How does my panther attacking work?
So you will have to give the panther a command on your action or that requires your action if you want it to do something.
Ah, okay. Other than that, he just kind of follows along with me.
Yeah, if I remember reading that correctly, it does require your action to like have it do something for you.
Okay, well, that's the end of my turn then.
May, I'm pretty sure that you've read it a little bit in detail as well. Am I remembering that correctly?
I'm double checking now because
All
I
right,
don't.
thank you. Yeah, if you could do that for me, that'd be great. So unfortunately, with the next turn being the guard and Adachi still have not being like fully over, the guard is just going to like help push you over, Adachi, and so this way, like, I'm gonna need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, we're being like pushed over.
Yes. The battle is commencing. You hear a bit of sound and yells going on within the encampment. And as you're kind of making your way over, you just feel like this extra from behind and as you kind of like get pushed over, you don't have your footing quite right, and you will just fall just over the wall.
Cool.
Lord
Oh,
Crix.
that far? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're coming from the other area. I was just putting you in a spot where I
okay.
could see you.
I was like, damn, that was a throw. Okay.
Lord Crix, it's gonna take a moment for us to get over. Are you sure that the others are okay?
Just hurry up and get over.
And then this one will give assistance to the other guard when able. So what I will do is put him right over there. Get those two. And if I'm not mistaken, it was 6. Okay. This one, as it comes out of the tent, you will see that it is not quite as burned. And as he makes his way out, just taking a couple steps, surveying the field, and will attempt to make a shot at you, May.
Okay. Just a note, I put the stuff about the panther in the chat. Hit me with your best shot. Or a medium shot, even, would be cool.
You better not hurt my sister.
Yeah, so you have to use your action to verbally command. It says you can use your action. So why does it say on your turn you verbally command the beast to where to move, but that's no action required. Oh, just for the movement. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
And
you can
then-
tell where to move, but everything else requires an action.
You can basically take your attack from you or the creature, and if you have multiple attacks on your turn, the same applies.
Yep. Okay, and then I was remembering it correctly. So other than it's basically just if you're gonna have it follow you, then we're good.
And I think the important part too is if you don't issue a command for the panther on your turn, Trevor, then like it's gonna do what it needs to, like dodge or whatever.
Yeah, it'll take the dodge action, which will help it live longer.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
So May, this will be a 20 from the crossbow to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And it'll be for 9 damage.
Nothing. A flesh wound.
And then this guard makes it over and will use the rest of his turn to just make his way towards the sounds. Being trained, he's gonna move right in. And then the only thing he'll say as he's making his way, actually, before going too far, is, "Which way did Lord Varric go?"
Oh, and Creep Tilly will let him know that he's on the other side of the tent. But I suggest that you move straight ahead.
Well, if that's your command, then he'll get to there. Moving out, taking a look, seeing you, Justalin, and Varric and the animal. Say, have some sort of beast with them as well. And then it will take a shot at your panther, Varric. And since you're just having it follow you, this will be at disadvantage. Ooh, this is a 19 to hit
Oh wow.
for 3 damage.
Everybody wants to shoot the kitty.
That was the disadvantage shot? Shit.
Yeah, so I rolled a natural 16 and a 19.
Well, better at the kitty than at us.
Hey, you don't say that.
Cryptilli really don't like cats.
That's okay. She'll get hers when I train it.
I just value our lives more.
So if you took the average HP for it, he has 10 HP. But that will bring us to Adachi. You're over the wall.
Okay. And I'm
Forcefully.
standing or I'm prone?
Since you failed the save, you will well, actually rolled an 8. You'll just like kind of like fall on your butt, but like more of like a too much weight down in like a squat position, but it's not like you know.
Okay. Okay. I think Adachi is going to like grit his teeth because he knows he wants to like find, like he heard Cryptilli say Varric went the other way, but he knows the fire on the other side of the camp had to be May, and he is assuming that she's kind of by herself. So like he's gonna, based on the conversations he's been having with Varric, Varric's like leave him alone. He's gonna put his faith in Varric that Varric will be okay for a moment, and he's gonna go try to on this side of the camp and follow this other guy. Oh, whoops! Of course I threw her on. I guess to there. And then can I roll like so now I'm assuming I would when I turn the corner I see all these guards and I'm like, oh crap. Could I roll some kind of perception check just so I can see like which one more hurt? Like is there one that's an easier shot, it looks like?
I would say the one that looks more hurt would be this one. As you survey quickly, just because this one is like trying to put out fire that's on him.
But he's probably he's got some cover, I'm guessing, right? Because he's got another like this guy's in front of him.
Use your judgment.
I think Adachi's gonna go for this guy. He just sees the guy in front of him. He's gonna shoot there. So he's gonna firebolt Homeboy right there. I'm thinking that probably hits. I hope.
A 20? Yeah. Which one are you hitting?
This guy right here.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me damage as you step past the guard, spelling a... Ooh, nice. Max damage.
Nice. That made my decision a little easier.
And as this one gets hit, you will see him just become a bit covered in flames as they begin to like expel over his chest, and you just see him turn as he looks at you, a bit of fear in his eyes. As the flames begin to burn his skin, you hear him, ah! And then in the pain from the yell, just fall face first into the snow.
Beautiful.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, sorry, yeah, that's the end.
Cryptilli, you're up next.
What I just did with my touch. Okay. So I'm gonna move up, practically beside this guard. Look at this guy and mutter some obscenities, as Cryptilli likes to do, and cast Chill Touch.
Okay. 13, where are you casting it? Got it. Go ahead and roll me damage. So you see the necrotic energy illuminate and encase the one that's covered in flames, and as like this green light begins to envelop the flames itself, you'll see it outstretch and then just as it strikes the ogre, and will deal pretty good damage.
Good deal. And that hits both of them, correct?
Correct. Yes, this will hit both of them, it taking one out and then damaging the other.
Beautiful. And that's gonna be my turn.
Lord Crix, perhaps that you should go on ahead. I should be able to make it over this wall just fine.
I'll give in to his demand and go over.
And so with your previous check, you can make it over just fine. And then what I will say is the only other thing, as he helps you along, you'll just hear the maze panther as it's like going back and forth staring at the wall, and it's just
Come on, Katie.
I yell, come! Even though the panther doesn't have a name yet. If I may.
It'll like jump at the wall, but it'll just like kind of like get about halfway up before like bouncing off of it. It seems to want to go forward, but is not sure how much effort to put with it.
Okay.
So do I get any other actions this turn, or did it take my turn to get up over the wall?
It'll take your action to get over the wall, but you will have about well, you'll have your movement. Just make it easy and do it like that.
So I'm gonna move to here, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to call forth my echo, which none of you have seen before, but you'll see a black aura form around me and then split off and form a copy of myself in a square.
That's so amazing. I love that subclass.
It's
That's
pretty
so
cool.
Whoa.
I need to fix that token a little bit, but anyway. Now it's gonna move up.
So as it begins to like erupt and like peel itself away from Vieric, you just hear, or not Vieric, but Crix, you just hear a bit of like a as it pulls itself away and begins to move forward.
And then
That's
I
actually
am
really
going
cool,
to use Unleash Rage, which lets me use a charge that I have for it to make a melee attack against that guy.
Okay. And as it moves forward, you'll just hear him say, "What the hell is that?" as he takes a step back, just barely dodging the attack as it strikes into the snow, and you just see like a plume of snow just kind of soar up from the ground as it falls, bouncing off of the bandit and your shadow.
Okay, and that's gonna end my turn for now.
Ugh. Talk smash. Moves forward, just like stepping the dead comrades into the snow. You just hear as it moves forward, and then takes a swing at your shadow.
Go for it.
So it does a 22 as it swings its battle axe towards it.
That hits.
be for 12 damage.
It's dead.
And as quickly as it appeared, it steps forward, and as it swings its glaive, you just see it get hit from the battle axe, and as it kind of like dissipates into a bit of a mist, you just see it like away. You'll just hear the ogre, no blood.
Oh, she's freaked out.
So at this point, out from beside you, just Stalin, you'll hear, "What going on? It's too loud. Trying to sleep." And then as it like turns, you'll see him just unarmed go, "Huh, snack." Take a step forward and try to grab you. So can you give me an athletics check as he attempts to grapple you?
Oh boy. All right.
Oh no. Oh no.
You can also do a
Oh,
acrobat.
adrenaline. I was just talking about my adrenaline kicking in.
So as it kind of like reaches down, he's like, "Ugh," it swings his big hand towards you. You just gracefully dodge it as he just kind of like digs up a bit of snow, grab it, and he, "Ugh, cold!" And as he kind of just like lets it go, and as it just falls against you in the tent, we move on.
Damn it. I didn't see that coming.
Does he get a reaction for that shit? Because that was sexy.
Oh man.
Don't worry, boys. I'll handle this. As you see this center figure stand up from the back, who was towards the center of the camp, and you will see what appears to be a feather be pulled from his waistband there, just Stalin. And as he looks at you, he'll give a bit of a smile as he lets out a tad of a whistle. And then he'll hold out his hand as you will see this quill just go zooming towards you.
Is that a quill?
Yep. And as it does, it'll zoom past you, and as you like turn, just dodging it, as it like you hear like just a slight bit of wind, like almost completely silent as it passes you, and then it'll just vanish from your sight.
Ooh, they're coming at me.
Mm-hmm.
This one will move out from the tent and then attempt to take a shot at you, just Stalin, since you're closest in range. And that is a natural 1. So as this one, you'll just see it. Let me roll this to see. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, not for you guys, but for the bandits. And as he takes out a shot, or takes a shot towards you, you'll see it fall well short. In fact, hitting the bandit right in the back that stands before you.
Nice.
That sucks.
So this will put us back at round 2. With this in mind, what I would like to go ahead and do is call tonight's session, because I feel that this would go at least 30 more minutes, maybe to an hour. And I feel like it'd be like, I hate kind of calling it in like the midst of combat, but with how it kind of ended up playing out with the checks and obviously trying to like sneak in, it did not go as exactly as you at all may have hoped, and kind of got us into a sticky situation. So instead of calling it 45 minutes early, I wanted to get through like basically this first initial round. But if it wasn't a work night, I'd offer to stay up and continue on.
Yeah, I understand that.
For sure.
We're ready though for the next one.
We got all week to think about our next move.
Yeah, we can think about a battle plan for sure.
Well, what I will say is, May, your little damage there, and then kind of like what I applied to him, was pretty good. I'll let you guys figure it out later because I'm sure you will. But you've already killed 2 of them.
3 of them.
3 of them, yeah. So
I mean,
making
not the
your way
worst.
through quite quickly. Now, but with what lays before you, obviously the tides of battle can change quite fast. So,
man,
does anyone have anything
What?
that they'd like to say or whatnot before we get out of here?
I was just very stunned by that shadow clone. Here he popped out.
yeah.
I've
Didn't see
been
that
waiting to
coming at
bust
all.
that out for a while.
Everything's busting out this episode.
And I killed it.
Trolls
It's okay.
busting out. Shadow clone.
It'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, and it's great because otherwise that troll would have probably ran up to Adachi. So
Oh my god.
you got him to stop and use his attack there. So that's super helpful.
I am the family shield.
Right. And I will say, if you didn't dodge that just Stalin, that may have
That
ended up
would've
very poor
sucked.
for you. But what a
Yeah.
time to roll a nat 20.
Right.
That was a
Especially
hell
with
of a
a
roll.
+0. When you said athletics, I thought I was screwed.
Yeah. I know that, what you were saying, Cryptilli, he could do that, but it is, since it's a grapple, it's an opposed athletics check for that specifically.
What
Okay.
was
I
the
thought it was
alternative?
any
Or...
time that it required his strength, he could use dexterity. But I get you.
Oh,
I think
I got you.
I
got
don't
you.
think
I don't know how that works.
I could I'll have to double check it because I could be very wrong here. But I think it's just
Yeah.
items and certain things, but I don't think it applies to all. But either way, even if I was wrong, he rolled a natural 20. So
Yeah, exactly. I was like, well,
Right.
I guess you don't have to do that. Yeah.
Thank the
but
adrenaline.
I will
Yeah.
recheck that
Yeah,
because
you can use that for saves or for anything that you wanted to use strength for.
true.
And he rolls a strength check when he wants to grapple. Is that how that mechanically works?
Yeah. From the
Can-
creature perspective. But if he's trying to
Can you
dodge
reveal
it,
what he rolled
oh, a
on that one?
6.
I'm just interested. Oh, okay. I was just wondering, if the 20 was the only thing that would have saved him from that roll.
Oh
Or
no
that it was
no
a
no!
21.
He could have probably rolled if it was just an athletics, he could have rolled a 6 or above. I rolled a 3 on the dice. It didn't go very well for me, but he was surprised, and he's definitely not coming out with his axe at this point because he doesn't know what's going on. He was just bitching because it was loud, and then he was just food, and tried to eat you, but that didn't go well.
Gotcha.
I think our plan may have gone a little sideways, but all in all, it seems to have worked out okay so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't
He doesn't
expecting
have his
half levels.
axe.
So far, so good.
Right. He still has to go quickly.
Nobody's dead yet.
Well, not on our side. No.
Yeah, and you guys got a couple of guards to kill off too. If it so goes that way.
Yeah. Guards, stay back.
I love how we tried to stealth. We are not ninjas though. But we tried.
It's
Man.
I mean, not to reveal too much, it's kind of hard to stealth over a wall,
I
and
mean, I
Right.
did pretty well. I'm just gonna say.
No.
but I like this a little bit better as a group roll versus Cryptilli walks up and then May walks up and then everyone takes a turn, It just makes more sense to have
Mhm.
you all roll it as like a group, and because each of you are going to
Yep.
be looking, so
Mhm.
it makes more sense to do it that way and then do it at like a pass fail rate.
Gotcha. Jeez.
So basically,
Next
like
session will be fun.
it may or may not matter if you roll like natural 20s, like if you're like stealthing, because the rest of the party may like not be doing very good. So even though you're quiet, as like kind of was described earlier, like Adashi was still pretty loud in comparison.
Mhm.
Not like, super fucking loud, but anyways,
Hmm.
I felt like that was a nice way to do it. But we'll keep going through using that, seeing how it works. We'll keep our initiative as we start round 2 for the night raid on the bandit camp. Other than that,
Night rating.
Mhm.
go ahead and get
Fun
out of
time.
here. And for me, we have the World of Elista for the rest of the week, except for Wednesday, where we have Tomb of Annihilation. And hope to see some of you all there. Hope each of you as the players had a good time tonight, and as well as the viewers that stopped by. If you'd like, drop a follow for some more D&D content, and then some shenanigans basically on the weekends. Find all the affiliates links down below with the logos that are with them. 2-minute tabletops for the assets, Sword Coast Soundscapes for the music, and Lady Luxor for the logo. Other than that, everyone have a good night and a good week. If we don't see you for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Bye.
See y'all next time.
See you next week.
Deuces.
Later.